Colin Cowherd calls out Deion Sanders. Your son doesn't have prime time talent. Debate erupts over Shedeur Sanders' NFL path. The storm around Shedeur Sanders. The NFL is a cruel league, even for sons of legends. Shedeur Sanders, the former Colorado Buffaloes quarterback and son of Hall of Famer Deion Primetime Sanders, entered the NFL with as much attention as any rookie quarterback in recent memory. He was the face of one of college football's most watched programs, the star of Deion's Coach Prime experiment at Colorado, and the leader of a team that turned into a national story in 2023 and 2024. But 3 games into the 2025 NFL season, Shedeur is buried on the depth chart. He's not the Browns starter. He's not even the backup. He is, at least for now, Cleveland's third-string quarterback, splitting scout team reps with Bailey Zapp and watching Sundays from the sidelines. And now, the debate about whether Shedeur's NFL journey has been set up for success or sabotaged before it even began has spilled into the national media. Colin Cowherd throws down the gauntlet. One of the loudest critics is none other than Fox Sports personality Colin Cowherd, host of The Herd. Cowherd has built his brand on telling hard truths about sports figures, and this time, he set his sights on Deion Sanders, not just as a coach, but as a father. We officially have it. Why Shedeur Sanders dropped like a rock in the draft and ended up going in the 5th round with the Cleveland Browns, Cowherd declared on air. Deion Sanders admitted the Eagles and the Ravens called his son before the draft, but he didn't want to be a long-term backup. To Cowherd, that was a crucial mistake, and one that Shedeur might be paying for now. The Eagles and Ravens passed by Deion's request. Deion's own words confirmed that he didn't want his son sitting behind Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia or Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. From Deion's perspective, the decision made sense. Hurts, fresh off a Super Bowl victory and MVP performance, isn't losing his job anytime soon. Lamar Jackson, a 2-time league MVP who nearly claimed a 3rd last season, is still in his prime at just 28. If Shedeur landed with either franchise, he would have been stuck holding a clipboard for years, learning but not playing. Deion said it best in one of his quotes, "I never sat on the bench and learned a lot. Who learned sitting on the bench?" It was a classic primetime line, confident, defiant, dripping with bravado. Cowherd's harsh response, "This isn't about you." But Colin Cowherd didn't buy it. He unloaded on Deion's logic, firing off a list of NFL greats who benefited from sitting before becoming stars. Oh, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Phillip Rivers behind Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes behind Alex Smith, Jalen Hurts. Cowherd countered. With Deion, it's "I never. This isn't about you, prime time. Your son doesn't have prime time talent." Then came the line that really set social media on fire. "He's an after-school special. You were a prime time talent. Totally different ball game. This is insane." Cowherd's point wasn't just that Deion is wrong. It was that Shedeur is not Deion. Primetime could step into the NFL and dominate from day one because he was a generational talent. Shedeur, Cowherd argues, needs coaching, development, and patience if he's ever going to become a franchise quarterback. The case for patience. Cowherd even invoked Patrick Mahomes, the gold standard for modern quarterbacks, as proof that sitting can work. Mahomes has often credited his time learning behind Alex Smith in Kansas City as a key to his success. Without that year of development, he says, he wouldn't have been ready to dominate the league as quickly as he did. Cowherd's argument is simple. Why not let Shedeur follow that same path, even if it meant being a backup for a few seasons behind an MVP-level starter like Lamar Jackson? The draft day shock, Shedeur falls to round 5. All of this is happening against the backdrop of what was one of the most surprising storylines of the 2025 NFL Draft, Shedeur Sanders' dramatic fall. He entered the draft process as the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, having led Colorado to 9 wins in its first season in the Big 12. He was efficient, accurate, and poised under pressure. Nearly every draft expert had him projected as a 1st or 2nd round pick. And yet, one by one, teams passed. He wasn't even the first quarterback selected by the Browns, Cleveland took Dillon Gabriel in the third round before selecting Shedeur 2 rounds later at pick 144. For a player who once graced magazine covers and led highlight shows every Saturday, it was a humbling moment. The reality in Cleveland. Now, Shedeur finds himself sitting behind Joe Flacco, the veteran gunslinger who has improbably kept his career alive, and Dillon Gabriel, the other rookie who already has a head start in the Browns' quarterback room. Every week, Shedeur is tasked with mimicking the opposing quarterback on the scout team, helping Cleveland's defense prepare for Sunday. It's an important job, but it's not the dream he had in mind on draft night. Deion Sanders' fierce defense. Predictably, Deion hasn't taken criticism of his son lying down. Coach Prime continues to tell anyone who will listen that Shedeur's time is coming, and soon. Be patient and be ready, Deion said on New Heights. You got to be ready when it's time, but when it's time, you're going to know. And it's coming up. He's going to get a shot. This is classic Deion Sanders, not just a father supporting his son, but a man who has built his career on proving doubters wrong. Two competing narratives. And that's what makes this debate so fascinating. On one side, you have Colin Cowherd and a growing number of critics saying Deion is holding his son back by shielding him from hard lessons and avoiding situations where he might have to wait and develop. On the other side, you have Deion Sanders, a Hall of Fame icon who believes he knows better than anyone how to prepare a young athlete for greatness, because he lived it himself. At the center of this tug-of-war is Shedeur Sanders, a 22-year-old rookie who just wants a chance to show the NFL what he can do. What happens next? The Browns are 1-2, and their offense has been inconsistent. If the losses pile up, there will be pressure to make a change, maybe even to give the rookie a chance. But if Cleveland stays competitive, Shedeur might remain a spectator for most of 2025. That's where patience becomes key, something that might be harder for Deion to preach than for Shedeur to practice. The legacy question. This moment is bigger than just one rookie season. It's about what kind of NFL player Shedeur Sanders will ultimately become. Will he prove Colin Cowherd wrong and carve out a star career despite skipping the sit-and-learn phase that has benefited so many other quarterbacks? Or will Cowherd be proven right, with Shedeur needing more structure and seasoning than Deion is willing to let him get? The verdict is still out. What is undeniable is that this story has captured the imagination of football fans everywhere. It's rare that a rookie backup quarterback commands this much attention. But when your father is Coach Prime, and when sports talk shows are questioning whether you were set up for success or failure, your journey becomes a national storyline. For now, Shedeur Sanders waits, his NFL debut still on hold. But make no mistake, the moment he steps on the field, every throw will be judged not just on its accuracy, but on what it means for the larger debate. Because this isn't just about Shedeur anymore. It's about Deion. It's about Colin Cowherd. It's about whether patience or boldness is the right path to NFL greatness. And it's about whether a young man who once lit up college football can still prove he belongs under the bright lights of the biggest stage of all.